something's going on with Goodwill, and we're going to get to the bottom of it.
To get to the title and what we're talking about with Goodwill and other thrift stores, honestly, is that they're just really and all right, what's up guys? This is the Resale Brothers channel. I'm Tony, this is Christian, just a couple of guys reselling clothes and stuff on the internet. Now we're going to go shopping, buy some stuff, and then we're going to put together a wholesale boxes and show you guys the kind of, it's almost like a haul, but we're going to put them in the boxes so that they can be bought by somebody, hopefully one of you guys. And we'll just show you the kind of stuff that we put in the boxes. It's some stuff that we thrifted, some stuff in the bales that we bought, but for the most part, it's they're really good items that you guys will be able to purchase yourselves, and trying to show the process of how we did it. Now our day today started early. It started at 6 a.m. This is our shopping day, so we have to get up really early and do our shipping for the day, so our post office mail carrier can pick up our items and have it ready for them, because we're not going to be there throughout the day. So it starts at 6 a.m. Right now we're on our way to another store. We've already been to one or two today, so we're going to another one. That's why it doesn't look like it's 6 a.m. But we will be going and buying some more things, and then we will be showing them to you guys and then putting it in boxes. Stay tuned and we will show you the kind of stuff that we buy to sell on eBay.
You're going to kind of get an idea of the life of an item in our reselling business. It's not all just sell on eBay, it's wholesale, it's making deals with other people. So multiple streams of income is the end goal for a reseller, being able to bring in money not only from eBay, but from other sources as well. So we're going to kind of show you how that works.
Yeah, and this is a rather new venture for us for the last, I would say, probably 3 or 4 years now. We have only sold on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and now Depop. We only did selling. We never sold like on those platforms. We never sold to anybody else. Oops, my phone just fell on the ground. Which is still very lucrative for us. It's still doing well. There's no other we didn't have to do the wholesale boxes to like maintain a certain level of income. We weren't like struggling or anything, but we wanted to provide a service for you guys. We have access to inventory that we don't necessarily need because we have enough ourselves. So it's a way to kind of combat high prices at other places like Goodwill or like thrift stores where the prices are going up. We can get stuff pretty cheap and be able to supply your stores and ours. It's also good to have multiple streams of income in case something does ever happen. Say something happens with the platforms where, I don't know, Mercari tanked a lot. I think everybody knows that a couple years ago. They just, the people aren't there buying stuff like they used to, especially in the clothing area, or the Poshmark whole situation where people are getting suspended. If that happens to you or if it happened to us ever, it would be good to have a secondary stream of income without affecting our main income, which is the eBay and selling stuff on there. So it's good to make sure we can maintain that and also kind of still provide this service and still make money that way. So kind of be 100% transparent with you guys and show what we do on a daily basis for our business, and trying to continue to grow and not just be in one area of the resale game.
But before we get into the rest of the video, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you watch a couple of our videos, subscribing to the channel means the world to us. It keeps us going, keeps us motivated to doing these videos for free. Thanks again for watching.
All right, guys. I don't know if you can see, but we're at Goodwill trying to buy some more stuff.
About to rob them blind. All right, we are heading back with our thrift haul for the day. All right, we're now in the warehouse. We have our bags here, as you can see, among the mountain of clothes we have, and we're gonna get our boxes going to show you guys what's in them.
We got all the stuff that we're going to put in this box laid out. They're all right there. So we're going to show you how we put them in the box. We're going to take a video of each item so they can go on our website so people know what it is. And we're going to show you what they are so that you can see the kind of stuff that we put in the boxes. Also, it's only stuff that we would sell ourselves. So it's really good items. So we're going to get through that right now.
All right, first things first, guys. Here we go. An Untuck It linen blend button-down shirt, short sleeve. This is the kind of stuff that we sell on a regular basis. A lot of people slam Untuck It now, but we love to buy it still. So we take the item, fold it up, take a little video so you can see what it is. Boom, done. Then we put it in the box and we move on from there. The video does slow us down a little bit, but we like to do it just so everybody can see what we got. Next is a Patagonia button-down shirt. It has a cool little striped design, nice little flat pocket. Take a little video real quick, boom, done. And then we're gonna fold it and put it in. Now, a lot of people who do wholesale, you'll see them, you'll see all kinds of videos online of people just slinging clothes into boxes or into pallets. We don't wanna have this stuff arrive super wrinkled and super damaged. So we try to fold it and make it as nice and as neat as possible, which is one of the reasons why we try to take our time when we're putting these things together. Bloomingdale's linen men's shirt.
100% linen.
100% linen, yeah. And we've actually found that Bloomingdale's does pretty well for us, but normally in the higher end fabric. So you like your wool, your cashmere, your linen, silk, that kind of stuff seems to do really well for us. So we think it'll do well for you. We're gonna put it in a box, and hopefully whoever gets this box sells this really quickly. We think that it'll probably sell maybe within a month, hopefully. Next is a Robert Graham. So you'll see here, Robert Graham size 2XL, nice size, men's polo. Kind of thing that not necessarily super easy to find, but it's something that is out there. Robert Graham is marked up a lot, so we normally buy this kind of stuff at Goodwill, not at the for-profit thrifts, just because it's normally marked up to the point we don't want to pay for it. But this is a good deal. We're gonna give it to you, pass on the deal, pass on the savings, throw it in this wholesale box, and move from there. This is very bread and butter. This is a Ralph Lauren size large.
Flesh pony.
Flesh pony. That's what the little guy right there is. This kind of stuff sells all day long. Ralph Lauren is a great brand. We love selling it. Oop, I forgot to take a video. See, we'll redo the video on this one. I got to talking and I forgot the video. So, yeah, great bread and butter brand for us. Something that we love to buy and we sell on a daily basis. I seriously think we sell something Ralph Lauren every single day. Yeah. So it's one of those brands that's tried and true that does really well for us. Next is your standard Nike golf polo. This is something that we sell every day. Nike is our #1 best-selling brand. So you might think a Nike polo is not that great, but it is something that will sell, and it will sell consistently. So we decided to throw this in the box. This box basically reflects a regular shopping trip for us. That's why we started with shopping. This is all stuff that we've gotten today. It's all stuff that we're going to be putting in the box straight from one day shopping. So it's a really great reflection of what we buy. These boxes are basically the exact stuff that we're buying. So should be a great representation of our reselling business. If you see the box, this is the kind of stuff that we're picking up. So next is a Foundry. Tony, if you can get in there and get a good video of this. It is new with tags. It is a 3XL. That's a huge factor when we pick this up. Foundry is not the greatest brand in the world, but if it's new with tags, that's going to make us think about picking it up. And if it's a good size, that's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. And that's the reason we picked this up, which is why it's going in a box. So this will definitely sell. And it will actually sell for probably more than you think. I mean, we've done really well with Foundry in the past. We've done well in their jeans. The plus size stuff seems to do well. So
yeah, that's an example of sometimes you might not think something's good, but you got to trust us. We've been doing this for a while, maybe not as long as some of you have, but we've taken risk on items like that and tested them out and sold, I mean, possibly hundreds of Foundry items that were new with tags and big sizes.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Because there's, I mean, a lot out there because people pass them up. So if you get it in the box and you don't think it's going to sell, maybe just trust us.
And honestly, I mean, these wholesale boxes, if you're new to reselling or even if you're experienced, the knowledge that you'll gain from the stuff like that maybe you don't pick up can be even more valuable than the items in the box. Next thing we have are these Madewell shorts. Madewell is a brand that It's kind of hit or miss, but these dark wash denim shorts are something that we feel will sell. So it's something that we're going to throw in the box. Definitely, we don't pick up everything in Madewell, but certain things can actually perform really, really well. So it's just kind of knowing what sells and what doesn't with that brand. Next is a definite tried and true. These are Levi 541 jeans. We pick up all Levi's, and they always seem to sell for us. Now, not all of them sell quickly, but they do all sell for a pretty good profit. So that's something we're picking up every time we see it. So we're going to be throwing this in and a lot of people. So if you look at other wholesalers' websites, they'll charge you $12 an item for denim or Levi's. Like, they don't even have to be as good as Levi's. So finding a pair of denim in a wholesale box is something that is definitely, I would say, for the price point we sell at, unique to us, because most people will charge significantly more money. So next we have a Tommy Hilfiger new with tags polo. Tommy Hilfiger actually has been performing really well for us. It's a brand that we try to pick it up only when it's new with tags or vintage. So that's one of those things that, yeah, we pick it up, but we don't pick it up in every single thing.
Or if it's like a pair of linen shorts or linen blend or something like that that's cheap, we could sell it normally pretty well in a like a lower price range for us.
But I'm sure you guys are sick of watching me. We'll have Tony go through some of these items and have him give his insights to what it is. And if you can see, let me grab the camera here.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Breaking the fourth wall, yeah, whatever. So you can see the box is stacking up nicely here. Eventually this thing will be filled all the way to the top, and we'll be shipping it out to one of you or whoever purchases it from us. They go quick, so they normally sell out within like a minute, 1 to 5 minutes.
Our next item is another Tommy Hilfiger item. It's a nice orange. It's also new with tags. It's the Tommy Hilfiger TH Flex. That is, I mean, it's just basically Tommy Hilfiger. It's nothing crazy, but it's new with tags, so it's going to sell for good money. Also, another thing we do when we are making these boxes is that we try to...
Did you take a video of that?
Yeah, I did. We take videos of every item, but we also try to incorporate the size in there so you can kind of know not just what the item is, but the size, and if there's any specific flaws, we try to show that. Normally, we don't have any flaws in an item, but I mean, it's very rarely we do. But if it's a really good item and we think it'll still be worth selling and it'll still get a good profit for the person and still has a high sell-through rate, even if it does have a stain, we will still send it, but we will show the stain just to make sure that you guys are aware of everything that's going on with the shirt. This is a fun Ariat Tech polo. Something that performs well for us all the time.
A lot of people say Ariat. If you hear somebody say Ariat,
tell them they're wrong.
They're not saying it right. If you say it like that, we're not judging you. It's just we researched it and now we know how to say it. I've been saying it wrong for years.
Now this is a New York Giants polo. The brand is TX3 Cool. So it is more of a lesser known brand, but the fact that it is new with tags and New York Giants will help sell this item. When you do sell this item, those kind of items, you want to put New York Giants first and then put the brand more towards the end. That way, somebody's not searching for TX3 Cool. They're searching for the New York Giants. So that's what you want to put in there. This is an Eddie Bauer workwear jean, almost like a canvas kind of jean thing. So the workwear stuff seems to do better in all of those brands, like LL Bean, like Eddie Bauer, like Duluth Trading, Carhartt, all the workwear, like heavy duty canvas, double knee kind of thing, seems to do better. This is just another classic. He's in my way for my video. The Levi's 502s, size 36, 34. I like to fold my jeans like this. I know you love watching me fold. Oh no! Another fun item here. This is maybe a lesser known brand, but it's really good. Onward Reserve. Christian likes to talk about how he knows this brand and it's really good. Last time we were at where we thrift, he was like, "You ever heard of Onward Reserve? It's really good." Another one here, Collars & Co. This brand's been selling really good for us. They are like a dress shirt collar on a polo.
Talk about a stiff collar.
Yeah, it's a very stiff collar, so it stays in place. We've sold multiples of these already this year. They do really well. Kind of fly off the shelf.
And with these boxes we're making, a lot of this, here, this is North Face.
Just a North Face polo.
A lot of the stuff that we see other people selling in wholesale is like, it'll be all longer tailed stuff, like maybe some vintage stuff, stuff that people would think is really good, but it just doesn't really sell that fast. And we're trying to put a good mix of stuff that sells quickly and stuff that is more of the bread and butter stuff, but we're trying to mix it up to where, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of your initial investment back pretty quickly because of the stuff that we have in these boxes.
These were just a pair of Fabletics pants. Fabletics men's does very well for us. The women's, I would probably steer clear more unless you get it really cheap and you don't mind holding on to it for a little bit longer. But the men's does well. Now you're probably gonna be thinking, what are they doing with this one? This is just a pair of Land's End pants. They're men's, they're a bigger size, and they are made out of 100% linen. So the 100% linen is why we decided to pick these up. And Land's End does have a following that you would not expect, surprisingly, but especially with something that is a higher end material.
But
still
like you said,
well.
if they weren't linen, we probably would not have picked them up. If cotton, no shot.
Yep, these are just a nice pair of Van Heusen that are new with tags. And once again, I know you're probably thinking, why are they putting Van Heusen in there? But this is another thing where it's kind of like a trust us. We've been selling Van Heusen, Croft and Borrow, Dockers, new with tags for a very long time, and they sell.
Perry Ellis, all those lower tier mall brands.
They sell very well, and they sell and some of them can kind of take a long time to sell, but for the most part, they sell relatively quickly when they're new. These are just a classic pair of Flint and Tinder chinos. Flint and Tinder, I don't think really needs to be explained. These do well. Once again, these are things that we would sell. We would sell ourselves. Obviously, Flint and Tinder, we would sell ourselves. This is just a Nike, kind of like a jacket, lightweight jacket. Show that it's new with tags. Show the hit, the logo, and the size. Now, this does have a hit on the sleeve, but being new with tags, it might.
And it's just on the sleeve.
Yeah, on the sleeve, so it's a little better. It might affect the value a little bit, so you might not be able to get what you would get if it was, just straight up no hit on it. But it's still going to sell for really good money because it's new, and the amount you're going to have to pay for it, it definitely makes sense. These are Levi's, again, 502s. Everybody loves a good pair of Levi's. To get to the title of the video and not really like leave everybody hanging on that, these are Polo Ralph Lauren jeans, probably the Varick Slims.
Let me get a little. So they're in really good shape. That's why I wanted to show.
Very good shape. But to get to the title and what we're talking about with Goodwill and other thrift stores, honestly, is that they're just really raising their prices and knowing. And not just raising the prices, but raising the prices on stuff that isn't even really that good. Like some Nike stuff, North Face stuff that doesn't really resell for a ton anymore. Any brand you can really think of that if they looked it up and they saw one person sell it for good money, they're like, oh, we can do that too. These were just Levi's. I don't know if I said that. So they're raising their prices on stuff that they think is just every day. I mean, that is good, but it's really just everyday items. And that's one of the reasons we kind of started doing this. What Goodwill and they're doing is raising prices on stuff that shouldn't be raised, and it should just be, they're trying to get a reasonable price out of things and selling more volume, but they're trying to get everything they can out of all their items, which doesn't really make sense to me. But that was this Under Armour polo. This is a pair of Nike sweatpants. So we think us being able to provide a service like this where you don't have to go to all the thrift stores to try to find items. You can get some stuff shipped to you for a good price. It saves you time, which saves you money, and you're still getting good items. Honestly, we did a lot of the work, so they're really good items that you didn't have to go search for. I know a lot of times you'll go to 3 or 4 thrift stores and not find half of this stuff. So it's a lot of work that we did. And this is an outer known polo. So I mean, that's a really good brand. That's stuff that you might find once a month at your local Goodwill or something like that. And now you can go through our website and be able to find something that's really good. And this is the kind of stuff we still sell. So we're still getting a lot of items, and we can still sell all these items ourselves, but we're choosing to, like we said, open up a new avenue. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren, just a regular old polo.
And with the Goodwill raising prices, one of the ways we're combating that is with buying these truckloads of clothing. So we have a control over our costs, which is why we're able to do this wholesale. How we mix it in with thrifted stuff and wholesale stuff. This pile that we're going through now, it's a lot of thrifted, but it is some of the bale stuff as well that we bought a truckload of. So keep that in mind. That's the whole reason for this video. Like, Goodwill is raising prices. They're being smarter with what they raise the prices on. So if you want to get ahead, you have to source smart, source from people that, if you do pay up, make sure you source from people that actually know about reselling clothing and that are giving you stuff that's going to actually sell. That's one of the big things. If you pay up for stuff, you want to make sure you do it in a way that is smart and calculated to where you're going to get your money back.
I just did one pair of J. Crew pants that were pink, good for the season. These are a pair of Muggsy chinos as well. They're the Teddies. So Muggsy,
Great brand.
Great brand, not necessarily found a ton. So if you've never found one, there it is, and maybe you can snatch it. If it's, I doubt it, because it'll probably be gone by the time this video comes out. But hopefully, maybe you can. Maybe you did. Maybe you already snatched it. This is a pair of Columbia convertible pants. Now, a lot of people don't buy Columbia, but them being convertible really helps them out. Hiking, outdoor, good keywords that you can use. These will sell, and they will sell for more money than you think, just because they are the convertible style. This is just a Under Armour camo hoodie. Under Armour camo does well for sure. And I really wish we could show you guys all of our sales and, you know, back up every single item.
Under Armour camo does well.
Under Armour camo does really well. And if some people don't like buying Under Armour or Nike because it's so competitive, but the stuff, it moves, I promise you. These are a pair of proper cloth chinos. With proper cloth, a lot of the times, making sure I'm right here. Yeah, it's made for the specific person that bought them. So it doesn't have a size in it, and that's basically with every proper cloth. And you just have to put the dimensions on the listing yourself, and because there's nothing, it's made for a specific guy, the guy that bought them, basically. But still, a really good brand to resell. These are another pair of Ariats. They're the boot cut, Ariat boot cuts, 34-32. These are still in really good shape. They're not vintage, they might be a little bit older, but they're still in really good shape. Ariat makes good stuff. They got a good hit on the back. So, still definitely worth selling. This is one of Christian's favorite brands. Eton Slim Fit. Eton sells for good money, especially just for a dress shirt. A lot of times people avoid dress shirts. It's weird. The categories that we sell a lot, I feel like people avoid. We buy a lot of dress shirts, long sleeve button downs, and we sell a lot of shorts, especially this time of year. And yeah, a lot of people don't like selling those, but we do. Is this an Adirondack? Anorak, whatever it is. LL Bean, women's regular. It's a good
Lightweight jacket, good time of year.
very good time of year, and also good style for LL Bean. Something that we've seen a lot of success with. Now, if you get like one of them Aztec Southwestern patterns, those do even better, but that's still good. Brand that everybody loves here is Cool, Kuhl. These are women's shorts, size 6. Good size for the hiking brand, I think. A size 6 does well for Cool. This is a Patagonia 4 Seasons. I think, yeah, in Maui, so that's kind of cool.
Got a big graphic on the back, too.
Yep, cool shark graphic.
I, for one, am afraid of sharks, but...
I've been to Maui.
Must be nice.
Christian went to the Big Island, right? The Big Island?
I went to, yeah. I went to Honolulu, actually.
Lightweight Polo Ralph Lauren hoodie, but it's a 4XB, so it's a really big size. It's very good.
Yeah, this box is pretty good.
It's a good box.
Yeah. That's a nice one. That'll probably sell for a decent amount. Jeez. So how close are we getting to be full on this box?
We're getting there.
She's filling up pretty quick.
This is a Beretta. Beretta's a good brand. It's well, that's why it's in the box, obviously, but it's kind of, would you say like a shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like a shooting rifle kind of a thing. They sell relatively quickly. All right, now Christian's gonna finish it out here.
All right, guys. This is a Banana Republic 100% merino wool long sleeve crew neck. It's a lighter weight wool, so we figured this would be a good thing to throw in there before it gets completely hot on us. And this is one of those things that the brand's not crazy, but the material is good. So we always pick this stuff up when we find it.
But we don't want to pay, you know, a massive amount for it, and neither do you. So that's why we're getting it to you.
All right, next is a Theory men's Henley, kind of short sleeve Henley. Theory is a pretty good brand. It just depends on what it is. This is a nice techie, stretchy material, and it's also a good, nice dark gray color. So
Theory is a good brand, and Henley is a good keyword to be able to use. So.
I prefer to buy Theory in men's over women's, just because it seems to move a little quicker. But I think the women's stuff can be okay as well. New York Yankees, Mitchell and Ness. Did I think a video? Oh, I forgot to
you
take
did
a video.
The Theory, not of the. You did the Theory.
Yeah, I did it. All right, Mitchell and Ness, New York Yankees. Hoodie, men's size medium. This is something that will sell, and it will sell for a decent amount of money. Mitchell and Ness seems to do well for us. I think that pretty much everything we buy sells relatively quickly, and especially when there's a sports team. We pretty much only buy it when there's a sports team associated with it. Spider Active, new with tags. You'd be surprised. It's one of those things that will sell, and it will sell a lot faster than you think. So Spider Active is really good. The joggers, the long sleeve sweatshirts like this.
They just don't sell for as much as they used to, like probably 7-8 years ago.
Spider used to be like a crazy good find. Now it's like, oh, I'll buy it if it's new tax. This is a Mitchell and Ness hoodie as well. But this one is, what team is this?
It's the New Jersey Devils.
New Jersey Devils.
Vantage Hockey is a good thing to have on there as well. I don't know if you can see it. Vantage Hockey. Also, it's the St. Patrick. I don't think they call it St. Patrick's Day, but it's the green. If you look it up, you'll find it's really easy. I forget the exact wording, but it normally helps it sell quicker, and it does good.
All right. I believe this is a Pact hoodie. Let me make sure.
Pact.
Yeah, Pact, P-A-C-T. Oh, did you lose it? Let's see. Pact. Pact does pretty well for us. This thing, it's like I'd say it's a little bit higher end than like a Champion. Feels a little nicer. It's one of those things that we pick up pretty much every time we see it.
It almost gives a Huckberry vibe.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah,
I don't know if it's on Huckberry, but it gives that same kind of thing.
Definitely something that maybe not a lot of people know about because it doesn't sell for crazy money, but it does sell consistently. We got a Robert Graham Modern Americana extra large.
If it has a flip cuff. Nah, it's just got the two little.
But it is floral, so it's got a nice little pattern to it. Definitely going to sell for decent money. And Robert Graham stuff is crazy expensive new, so being able to get it wholesale it's definitely something that is going to be good for you guys if you pick up a box.
It's also one of those brands that I think people talked a lot of trash about.
Yeah.
And then everybody stopped picking it up, and now it sells pretty good for us.
Yeah,
So,
it went from really, really good to not that great to now it's pretty good again.
yeah, it's
it cycles because the retail's so high on it.
What happens is a couple of resellers on YouTube say it's not good anymore, and then everybody's like, I hate picking up Robert Graham, and we just keep picking it up.
This is a Chaps, but it is new with tags, so you're never going to see us put a used Chaps anything in a box. This is one of those things that it's new with tags exclusive for sure.
Yeah. Similarly, Nautica and what's another brand that's similar to those?
All those lower end brands.
Yeah, there's another one. I'm trying. Anyway, you know what I mean.
All right, last but not least, guys, we're gonna have a Polo Ralph Lauren.
This is more of it has a Marshall's tag on it, so it's more of a new without tags, but it's a big size.
Yeah, it's a great size, 3XB.
Yep.
And it is, like you said, I mean, the condition's perfect because it's new without tags. It's got the Marshall's tag. I mean, if you really want to stretch it and say new with tags, you could probably get away with it. Not something that we would do personally, but if you really try to stretch your biggest bang for your buck, you might be able to get away with it.
Yeah, we always do. Anytime there's a Marshall's tag and it doesn't have the brand tag on it, we always put new without tags. So.
Well, that's going to be it for this box, guys.
There we go. That's the box.
We could probably add a couple more things on here, but we're going to just cut this one because we don't want the video to be 20 minutes long. 20 minutes longer if we add another 20 things. So, but yeah, this is what a wholesale box looks like. That's our process and putting it together.
It's not just what's showing what's in a box and what you guys can buy from us. It's also a haul and showing you the kind of stuff that we buy to sell ourselves as people that have sold millions of dollars on eBay and with the other platforms even more. So it's stuff that we sell every day and that we will continue to sell every day for a long time. We're just also offering a new option where you guys can buy that same kind of stuff from us. And this is just kind of an example of the kind of stuff that you can find in your stores, but also if you don't feel like doing that, you want to save some time, you can also buy some stuff from us as well. So.
And this is obviously very hand curated. If we wanted to just throw hundreds of boxes at you guys of stuff that we kind of just sling in a box and we don't really put a lot of thought into looking at it, we could do that and we can make a ton of money doing that. But we want to make sure that we get it right if we're going to be selling to people that follow our channel and who listen to our rants and our advice and who comment. So it's kind of like a little bit of a thank you to you guys is why one of the reasons why we do it. Obviously, we're in the business of making money. We don't do anything for free at this point in our lives. We both have growing families. So we do sell it at a little bit of a markup, but it's honestly, I think it helps you guys just as much as it helps us.
So we appreciate you guys watching. Now to run through our other stuff, please check out Nifty. Code Resale Bros. You get 15% off. It does everything you could possibly want. If you're interested, I know a lot of people, we get comments about people not liking the AI titles that they always see. So if you don't want to use that, you don't have to, but it's there. It's really great. It does a really good job.
Descriptions as well.
The title is optimized in the descriptions and filling out all. If you don't want it to have a title or description, you can have it fill out the item specifics, and then you can go through and change stuff. So it does a really good job. Also, it has the automatic delist. It has the recreate feature. It has pretty much it's an all-in-one software. It has everything you could possibly need, and it's really changed our business. We've been using it for years now. Makes a big difference, and we wouldn't talk about it if it wasn't really good.
That's the reason. It's the only thing we talk about.
We don't have any other sponsorships with anybody else. That's the only thing we use. We don't try to push a label printer on anybody. We don't try to sell any of the stuff that we use. If you want to go, we can show you what we use, but we don't push anything but Nifty because it's really good.
And it falls in line with that create multiple streams of income because you can sell on multiple platforms. Like we said at the beginning of this video, as a reseller, you want to get as many streams of income as possible. That way, if you lose one, you still have two others coming in. So we think with any business, especially reselling, it's always a good idea to give yourself multiple avenues in order to sell things and make money. Whatever it is, whether it's Mercari, Depop, Poshmark, just having that extra source of income in, as well as eBay. Obviously, eBay's top dog, but having other things that give you money and using Nifty as a way to make that simpler and easier is one of those things that we definitely preach and we believe that you guys should definitely do.
Also, we have a mini course that goes over everything with Nifty. Christian did a really good job and went through all of it, and you can almost have a step-by-step process of how to set everything up and how it works before you even go to the website. So you can check that out and kind of give it a test run and see how it works as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. We're almost at 20,000. That'll be amazing. We really appreciate you guys following along for about I feel like a year and a half, 2 years we've been doing this, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.